the Drunk Sports Podcast.
So let's get into the top 10 most overrated bands of all time. And when I read this article, I believe that the writer of the article misspoke. These are not overrated bands. I believe they are more over-commercialized bands, which then by definition would make them overrated.
Commercialized? What is that?
Because some of you guys are going to have some issues with these. And look, I did not come up with this list. All I did was put it together. It's not my list. So put the firearms away, put the knives away. Don't come at me, bruh. This is not my list. But it's going to be contentious.
This is going to be a fast list?
So, number 10, by the way, honorable mention was the Ramones.
Oh, really?
They popped in at number 11. Because I believe that the little thing said, the little blurb said, punk rockers? Yeah, that's what they call themselves. So, let's get into number 10, and I have audio. We're going to have more fun with audio. Have audio for this.
Oh, wow.
You guys tell me how you feel about number 10.
Number 10.
Who's this, Leonard Skinner?
I have to agree with this.
We haven't seen the list. It's the first one we
Your
got.
Red Hot Chili Peppers come in at number 10. I hate them. They are an enjoyable band in their own right, equal amounts of grunge and incendiary funk, but nowhere near as I can't even read that word.
Yeah.
As popular as critics have made them out to be. For 20 years, they have stayed true to the same terse formula, which sometimes works out, but often grows tedious. I have to agree. I don't know that I was ever a fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. What? Yeah. Yeah, my wife even knows to change the station if they come on in the radio in the car.
Yeah, this is awful.
So, agreed? We all agree? Times 3, they're terrible, right?
Okay.
Bus hates them. Hey, they are not DMB.
I
hope think of the acronym.
I'm going to leave if they're on the list.
Who's this, Leonard Skinner?
I told you, can't we get someone else?
right.
Anyone else
Number
in
9.
the bar?
Number 9
There's something about
on our list of
pop
most overrated
culture.
bands.
Number 9.
Backstreet Boys.
Oh, if they're on the list, I'm leaving.
It's Leonard Skinner.
Number 9.
Moby.
Bon Jovi.
I knew it was going to be on there. I told you that earlier.
You guessed correctly. The blurb says, even more formulatic than the Chili Peppers, Bon Jovi were the poster boys for the 80s hair metal movement and were loyal to their code long enough to make repetitive clones of their every single, and fans were unable to tell the difference. In an interview, one band member claimed they would never make experimental albums because they didn't want to cheat fans by being selfish. I guess no one ever told them that it takes selfishness to make art.
Okay.
So
well,
yes, I can't disagree with this either. Although I
haven't heard one word you said.
I was a fan of Bon Jovi. Now this one I believe my wife will have an issue with.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Leonard Skinner.
Oh yeah, I have a huge issue with this one. I have a huge issue with it.
They're overplayed.
My God.
So before American Idiot, Green Day was an impressive young band, bleeding pure punk with delicious melodies, cranking out songs such as Brain Stew and Good Riddance, but after 2004 they ceased to be a band and became a franchise. It was no longer a musical entity as much as a stadium selling appearance. Dozens of bands try to follow their example and are partially responsible for the death of punk rock today.
Wow. So this is 2004 and up to present or before 2004?
No, you'll see. This is
Okay,
everybody.
well, I just totally disagree with that. I wouldn't have gotten through middle school if it wasn't for the Dookie album. I would not have made it through middle school.
Dookie?
Yeah, they said after 2004 is when they became
okay, well, then
commercialized.
I still disagree, but...
Number 7 on our list of the top 10 most overrated bands of all time.
Wow, this is extremely controversial.
No, I agree.
I mean, this list is brutal.
I was a fan of U2 when U2 was relevant in the 1980s.
Wow.
Anything after 1990,
Wow.
They should have died in a plane crash.
Oh, my God. That's terrible.
Long considered the ultimate stadium band, U2 in its day, that time known as the 80s, were a very imaginative powerhouse. But now that vamping guitar seems less influential and more trance-inducing, and not in a meditative way. Bono's voice is astounding, but at times falls under the weight of carrying some mediocre songs that somehow end up getting major airplay.
Wow.
If U2's underrated, I'd like to see
Overrated.
Overrated. I'd like to see who's underrated.
Yeah, that one's a miss.
I don't know. I agree. It's kind of like Green Day. Anything after about 1990, I believe there's.
Well, what do you want these bands to do? Just stop playing?
Yes.
That's what they're supposed to. Or die?
Or die
Just
in a plane
stop dead.
crash.
Okay.
Become legends.
Legends. You have to die.
Number 6.
Janis Joplin had one hit and died, and she's the best woman in the world.
I might get shot for playing this and calling this overrated.
Leonard Skinner.
But number 6 on our list of the top 10 overrated bands of all time.
How many people in the bar lost their virginity to this music? My God, come on.
Family show, boss.
Are we talking?
They must be really
talking?
young.
Is that something wrong with that? Family wise?
Wait, y'all lost your virginity?
I'm saying no. People in the bar did. Oh my God.
Should
are
I
we
have done
talking?
that by now?
Are we saying because Axl Rose looks like he does now compared to what he used to look like? Is that why?
Probably.
Who is this?
They all hate. Yeah, I don't even know who it is.
Leonard
See?
Skinner.
Axl Rose is possibly the quintessential overrated hair metal frontman. The paramount of flashy, overbearing, and crankiness that some critics take as a form of ambition.
Critics.
How did this band become known as one of the most greatest influences in rock today? Slash is a great guitarist, but a solo does not make a song. A worthy guitar band, but as monumental artists, they leave much to be desired.
Wow. I don't know about that one.
Okay, a quick editorial.
Yeah.
I disagree with this 1,000%.
Oh, good. Finally, someone else.
One of my favorite bands of all time. Hey, good luck tomorrow, guys.
Oh, yeah. Bills.
Thanks for coming in to
Bills
Barrel and
fan.
Bones.
Orchard Park.
Josh
52
Allen, good
to
luck.
17 and 30
Josh
to
Allen.
13. That's all I got to say.
Can't get off it.
All right, number 4. And I might equally get shot for this one.
Wait, number 5.
Oh, wait, number
Leonard
5.
Skinner.
Sorry, number 5.
Number 5.
Most overrated songs of all time.
No,
Bands. Most overrated bands.
Milli Vanilli.
Do you really not know who any of these bands are?
No, he doesn't
spent
know.
way too much
He
time on the
doesn't
golf
have any
course.
idea.
Anybody know? This is not David Lee Roth.
Beach Boys.
He got it. He got one.
Because I know the beach.
Right. Yes, they made Smile. Yes, they composed some of the catchiest music of the 60s and almost single-handedly invented California rock, but there's a time when a band ceases to be simply influential and moves into the territory of being distilled. Not to mention almost all of their singles are indistinguishable until midway through the chorus. So yes, I'm not going to disagree. This band was before my time. I'm only like 26 years old, so I haven't heard of any of these bands before.
Well,
I don't know about y'all.
That's what I said. That's why I don't know them.
All right, this is the one I'm going to get shot for.
she's real fine, my 409.
Number 4 on our list of the top 10 most overrated bands of all time.
Number 4. Wow.
Look at the fake Jeff Kavanaugh over there.
Jeff's so upset he can't figure it out. Yeah. You got Griggs out there too.
Is this because Lars can't hold the beat anymore? Is that why they're on the list?
Is he still in the band?
I would think so.
This is Griggs' alarm clock.
What?
Yeah.
So Metallica, contrary to popular belief, did not reinvent the wheel known as heavy metal, and are not so much a major creative influence as a very popular band. They range from speed rock to epic composition. I don't even know what that word is.
Composition? Composery?
They're also a bunch of whiners.
Who did this?
Who cares the social aspect of it?
Listverse.com.
You list. Okay, so what bands would you put? What I want to know what they reference.
They don't.
Okay, see that's
What I'm reading is what they
Yeah, I
reference.
don't like it at all. It's awful.
I told you. Don't take it personally.
I'm taking everything.
You
I'm
started
taking it
the
very
segment with
personally.
controversial,
I'm taking it very personally.
Okay, we're down to the top 2 now.
Oh.
Most overrated bands of all time.
3.
One of these bands
3.
I grew up with. What?
This is 3.
Oh, we're on number 3.
I've been
Sorry.
writing them all down.
We're in the top 3. One of these bands of the 3 I grew up with. One I don't give a crap about. The other one I absolutely hate. Number 3, the one I don't give a crap about.
Never made it as a wise man.
I know this song.
I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing.
Prove a stank.
Tired of living like a blind man.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
How is this not 1?
You remind me.
Oh, 2 and 1 are 1.
I was going to say, how in the world are Creed and Nickelback battling out for number 1?
Ain't nothing wrong with Creed, sir.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Creed's got to be number 1.
Ain't nothing wrong with Creed, sir. Nickelback. What began... I'm not even going to read that
No,
one.
they don't need any explanation.
Nobody
We all
cares.
agree with it. Everybody agrees with it.
Number 2, top most overrated bands of all time.
I'll know what's coming.
Number 1 on our list of the top 10 most overrated, over-commercialized bands of all time.
Backstreet Boys.
My absolute nemesis of a band. This band killed my favorite genre of music, and I'm so glad they're not around anymore.
Elvis.
With all of my heart. I don't even want to hear this. Nope, I'm out. Hey, y'all want to know how long it takes me to change a station when this comes on the radio?
How is Creed
Like
not
this.
on
Yeah,
the
that's
list?
perfect.
I don't understand. I didn't get
I'm out.
Creed down on the list here.
Yeah, that was a perfect.
I don't see
So,
Creed.
yes, Nirvana, number 1. Y'all want me to read why?
Yep, I want to know.
Don't get me wrong, Kurt
thought that
Cobain was
was
a great songwriter and was able to get away with repetition because that's how punk rock was meant to be presented, as a slipshod dungeon of sincerity. Not that they couldn't be melodic, as on the incendiary TV Unplugged. It's not that the band is so much overrated as their premise. After Cobain's death, Nirvana ceased to be a band so much as a corporate enterprise, spawning massive appeals of t-shirts and other forms of apparel, which Cobain despised and saw as a form of cock rock.
Okay, well that makes more sense than it's after
Right.
Kurt. Okay, well then fine.
Nirvana has become the very thing Cobain always fought against and has inspired infinite punk rock bands to sell out and become equivocal commodities. Not to mention Cobain's death has made him in the eyes of fans to be a martyr, a horrible misrepresentation of a melancholy end. Cobain was not any of that, but the popularity has ensued for the past decade and is sorrowfully appealing.
Okay, well I understand the justification, I suppose.
So given my description of my favorite rock genre of all time and that Nirvana killed it, can you guess what my favorite rock genre is of all time?
Classical?
Classical rock. Wow. There it is. Yep. Thank you, sir. Yes, I would buy that.
Are you going to leave us hanging or are you going to tell us?
Tejano.
Hair bands.
Oh, okay.
Poison, Def Leppard,
Oh boy.
So how about Skid Row?
Skid Row, right up
They
there,
have
man.
that? Okay.
Really?
Motley Crue.
Hair
Seen
bands?
all of them in concert.
You went to the opposite end of the spectrum with the hair band.
Oh, didn't know I had hair back then.
Well, no.
My hair was...
Flowing.
I had long flowing locks back in the 80s.
right.
You looked like Iggy.
Sir.
Yeah.
You looked like Iggy back in the day.
Ooh, I probably was as skinny as Iggy, too.
Yes.
Yes, you know what? I do not agree with that. Mr. Jeb Brown
Interesting.
throws his hat into the ring here with the Grateful Dead as the most overrated band of all time, and I do not disagree, sir.
And he's pretty sharp at this.
The Drunk Sports Podcast.